Hello. Thank you so much for joining me today. How you doing? To celebrate being liberated from Trump's Liberation Day, I'm going to react to my least favorite subreddit, okay? This subreddit pisses me off just because it's painful for me to go through. So, you know, I don't know. Wait, how is that a celebration? I didn't think this through. Regardless, I'm going to do it. If you're unaware, U.S. defaultism is when somebody communicates to the world but only considers the U.S., treating the U.S. as the default and the only region to cater to an international setting. Meaning they basically think only the United States exists in the world, or at least that's how they act. Top post this month. All right. Deport from where? This is Anish Sarkar. He is a chess prodigy. Chess prodigy? Deport him. Deport his ass. We don't need him in America. We don't need anybody that smart. He's trying to show off. Born in 2020. Wait, what? Born in 2021? He's 4 years old? He's a chess prodigy? God. Anyway, he is the youngest FIDE rated player in history. I don't know what that means, but that sounds impressive. Reaching the milestone at the age of 3 in 10 months. I couldn't even spell the word chess at 3 in 10 months. Insane. Almost everyone on Earth would lose a chess match to this toddler. Well, that's funny. And then somebody says deport. He lives in Kolkata. It's one of those double whammies. I don't know how to even... I'm speechless at this one. First of all, he doesn't live here. Second of all, why are you trying to deport the genius 3-year-old? I say import! Import this kid! Native American. What is this? Women's size is linked with how provocatively she's dressed. I'm allowed to wear a... What am I reading? What am I reading? Before colonization, Indian women never even wore tops. Okay. I'm sure a lot of men would like to go back to that. Anyway, Native American. Please don't call them Indian. Oh my God. Just to clarify, I'm talking about Indian people from the country of India. You absolute insufferable dumbass. Please don't call the Indians Indian. That's offensive. They're Native Americans. That's like when Americans call African people African Americans. Or all black people. A black guy in the UK. Oh, you're an African American, eh? Why can't this hotel in Germany have US outlets? Probably because it's in Germany?
If you guys remember, a couple weeks ago, I went to Mexico
That was too loud.
City and forgot to bring a charger. Well, I'm in Germany now, and I didn't forget, but that's a problem. I mean, I get it. Different countries use different bricks, but what even is that?
Different countries use different bricks. It said breaks, but he's saying bricks, which I just have to point out, like... I don't know, that's interesting. That's like such a generational divide right there. Who is so young that the only use they think of when they see an outlet is for a brick to charge a phone with? Like, they don't use different bricks. They use different outlets. Anyway.
Even is that? Every frickin' outlet. I mean, I have USB-C cables, so I could just charge
You're right, it's every one. It's every outlet.
my phone off of my other phone or like my speaker or something.
Bless this guy's heart. That's honestly my opinion.
But when those die, it's gonna be a problem. I don't understand.
See, this guy's not hurting anybody. It's just, you know, it's like... Come on, man. Come on.
It's gonna be a problem. I don't understand why they can't just put one U.S. outlet. It's not like I'm in the fucking Congo or Azerbaijan. This is Berlin. What? It's Americanized. I literally just ate out of KFC. Wait.
What does that have to do with the outlets? What is the fact that the American company KFC expanded into Germany have to do with them using outlets? They don't sell KFC in Berlin just because Americans are there. They sell it in Berlin because some Berliners want to eat fried chicken.
Just ate out of KFC. Wait, I found something. The TV has USB Type A right there. Wait, do I even have a USB Type A cable? I don't think so. Hold up, my mouse for Minecraft.
I've been in that situation, though, where you're charging your phone out of the TV in the hotel. And it charges at like 1% per hour.
I don't think so. Hold up, my mouse for Minecraft. Hell yeah. We are so back.
That one wasn't offensive. It was just a bit myopic. He seemed like a nice guy. Anyway. Goddamn. Drinking at 19 is illegal. I'm 19 and it still feels illegal for me to drink and buy alcohol. Me being an adult just doesn't sit right with me, LMAO. Probably because it is. In my country, the legal age to drink is 18. Type she. See, don't ever say this shit again. I don't even know what that is trying to portray. But if you're saying this right here, this isn't even the point. You know, this is besides the point of him assuming the guy was in the United States. I'm more offended by just this. Type shit. Don't say that. This guy, you know, kudos to this guy for being so nice in his reply. He even put a smiley face. The Civil War. This is funny. I haven't even read this yet. And I myself, maybe if you've watched a lot of my videos, you may have seen me say this like a million times. You know, people reference the Civil War, and I'm like, which one? Unless, of course, we're talking in the American context. In which case, yes, indeed. Like, that's not stupid. But if you're talking in a worldly context... Anyway, let's read this. The Civil War. Like, it's the only one in history. Name another U.S. Civil War, bud. The irony that you and 17 others completely missed the point that there have been dozens and dozens of civil wars over history outside the U.S. and before, and that there are several currently ongoing is hilarious to me, pal. Yeah. Now, I have to say, because I'm always as fair as I can be, I would have to see the original TikTok, or whatever this is, Instagram reel, to be able to say how stupid that is. Because if you're saying the Civil War, and you're clearly talking in American history context, then that's fine. You know? I would actually disagree that that's stupid. So I'm putting that disclaimer out there. I need to see the full evidence, which unfortunately I don't know how I can. Yeah, I can't find a link to the original, but yeah, could go either way. The drinking age is 21. Reported. First of all, how much of a godforsaken loser do you have to be to report someone on the internet for underage drinking? I'm sorry, but you need to get a life. Even if this person was American, you need to get a life. You need to. Desperately. Who are you even reporting them to? Like, you calling the police? Hey, this kid's underage drinking on the internet. Putting that aside, this kid's not even in America. Jesus. Okay. See, now we're transitioning to that part. You see, it's around the 10-minute point where I start to get actually a little bit triggered. We'll see how much longer we can make it. There is no such thing as a country called Georgia. Yes, there is. Okay, let's see. But a 2024 study of 1.8 million year-old teeth. Okay. The country of Georgia? LMAO. Do you really expect us to take information from someone who doesn't know the difference between a state and a country? There's no way you're that stupid, bro. There's no way you just said that. There's no way. Because I've seen other people, you know, it's one thing if someone refers to Georgia and you assume they mean the state. I think that's a passable crime. It's like, it's also a country. We're talking about the country. You know? But if someone's specifically saying the country of Georgia, and you're so dumb that you're like, the country of Georgia? LMAO. There's no country of Georgia. Bro, you probably should have asked ChatGPT before commenting that. The country of Georgia. A country in Europe existed before the American state of Georgia. Look it up. Even if there is a country called Georgia, I doubt it's older than the U.S. My heart. See, I should have stopped. I should have stopped on the last post. What makes you doubt that, bro? What makes you doubt that? You just doubted that it even existed. Now you have the gall to say you doubt how old it is and that it's older than the United States. The United States isn't even old. Does this count as a defaultism? Yeah, this is America. Gotta speak English, at least a little bit. This is Germany. I'm not from America, which is why I'm talking German in all of my videos. What does this guy mean? This is America. Dude, the people you're talking to online or that you see online are not necessarily from the same place you are. They're not in your house. They're not in your computer. They're actually around the world. They're not in your computer, okay? If that's what you thought. You can't just be like, bro, this is South Elm Street. What are you talking about? You know? This isn't the east side of Kentucky. And that also applies to countries, believe it or not. There are people of other countries on the internet. Yes, this absolutely counts as defaultism. This is like the best example. Got a funny one, folks. What chocolate do you recommend? And this is Ask Switzerland. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'll be visiting Switzerland shortly, and I wanted to know what are some brands or places that I can get the best chocolate, in your opinion. I don't mind price, and I just want to try the best chocolate I can while I'm there. I'll be around Zurich, Lucerne, and Lugano, mainly. Depending where you live in the States? Who said he's from the States? My small town in Mississippi has every wood brand aside from the Aldi's brands. Wood brand? You mean good brand? On the shelf in our local Piggly Wiggly. I think I'm done, guys. Okay, I'll do one more. Shit. And mind you, Sorcerer's Stone isn't even the original name either. Okay, Philosopher's Stone, 5 a.m. All right. It's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. See, I'm not a Harry Potter head, so I don't know. Not everyone is in America. Not everyone is American. So we have different names of the books. See, I'll give this one a pass because they weren't particularly rude about it. You know, she's just saying, this is the name. And I think it's fair enough to assume the name of the book is the same everywhere, like at least in all English-speaking countries. I would have thought that. Maybe I'm the problem. I'm just trying to be reasonable here, guys. I give this girl a pass. Red thinks every emergency call happens in the U.S. The stupid operator said 999 and not 911. You don't think the operator knows its own emergency number? And you really thought that? You heard that? And then you thought, the operator doesn't even know the emergency number. Yep, it's called Other Countries. Huh. It is staggering that a lot of people don't know about this very specific detail of American history. Why don't these flights fly straight? Are they stupid? It is staggering that... Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. This guy's being a dick. We're struggling out here. South of what? The southern hemisphere has over 30 countries in it, and every country has a south. When referring to just the South, it's in reference to the southern USA? Only for people in America. Yeah. Did you really just say that? Like, I'm actually trying to process this. Is this what you think? You think that no matter where you're at in the world, if you say the South, you're referring to southern USA? There's no way. Like, you shouldn't have to be told this. Only for people in America and every other country, when they say the South, they mean the South of their country. And they got downvoted. I'm trying to look for any mitigating factors here. Like, are you freaking seriously this dumb? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Thank you so much for watching. I regret it. But I will do it again. Give me a little time to recover. I'll do it again. So subscribe if you want to. I'll see you guys tomorrow.